Salutations, welcome back to another City of Heroes video with Fallout Queen. We're ready to do another Ouroboros mission here, and this one went a little bit longer according to my notes. Let me just take a look at the notes again. This one's an interesting one. This one's an interesting one. And this one can be very difficult for certain characters, I believe. And this is the Heart of Hollows, and it's 4 doors. And 30 merits sounds like a lot for 4 doors, right? Usually 30 merits would be like 7, 8, 9 doors and whatnot. And it's because the last mission is a doozy. So we're going to get right to it and see how we fare doing this. Okay. As you guys know, I've been working through and knocking these out. And the good news is, by getting her 30 more merit rewards, I should be at 105, which is getting pretty close to what I need to do the thing I need to do. Actually, might probably just be enough for me to do the thing I want to do. So I can't wait to do a video on that. So let's jump into it. The Heart of the Hollows, Chapter 4, The Hollows. If you are willing to help, I have urgent work for you. The trolls have been using a pair of local caves as storehouses for their serpentine shipments. If you could infiltrate their warrens and destroy that serpentine, that would put quite a crimp in the trolls' drug distribution ring. That means less violence in the Hollows, and a chance for me to finally locate that gateway. Will you help? Sure. Whoops. Sure. The trolls will not part with their narcotics easily. You have a long, hard battle ahead of you. And he ain't kidding. He ain't kidding. Okay? As we're going to see, I'm going to show you this last mission. It can be pretty brutal and whatnot. So, but not too bad, I think, until the last mission. I don't quite remember, but we're going to find out. It is really, really dark out here. I don't like dark games. I don't know why it seems so dark out here. I think this base is in the same place because the last time I played. Now, I mentioned before I could probably start turning this to ×2. I'm not going to do so just yet because I know that this last mission can be quite the doozy. Now, this one is just to destroy a bunch of serpentine doodads. And I don't know if there's any serpentine doodads around the corners here. No, nothing around that corner. No serpentine around here. Pretty straightforward, easy-ish looking mission. Even without ×2, this is a pretty big group right here. So we'll go ahead and start to intensify up, and we'll start everything off with one of our patented storm cells. Everybody's a winner with storm cells. That guy doesn't want to participate? I think he should wait, he should participate. Come back over here and participate for me, buddy. I think he just kind of got slipped up there. I forgot to put an enhancement on my chain lightning. Oops. Well, next time. Go ahead and put one of these things here. And straight Garvord there with the big old lightning bolt. Okay, so I have to just destroy the serpentine there. Go ahead and break that up. 3 left to destroy. More trolls, more serpentine all together. The way nature intended. So far, so good. Let's throw a little chain lightning out at him. Ugh. Didn't do much, but I don't have it enhanced, so that doesn't help. Gotta destroy the box up here. I'll take a few extra hits. No problem for our Fallout Queen here. Oh, here's our last two right here. We don't have to go very far in here. Though there is a lot of higher level dudes in the way. So, we're going to have to play this carefully. Just want to be over here so I'm fighting them all from one angle and not a bunch of different angles. Okay, well that was easy enough. The hardest combatant here is the box. It can take quite a bit of punishment. It'd be kind of funny if it was immune to lighting, because, you know, it's kind of grounded and everything. Uh-oh. I think the other guys want in now. Okay, I did not know if these guys were going to get involved. Uh-oh. Running into a little bit of an issue here. But because we're corrupted, we turned it around rather quickly. Ooh, a little Scourge will finish that one off. I guess I still have to beat the boss and whatnot, so and his little henchies in the back of the base. Go ahead and take a knee here and fill up and whatnot. We'll head on to the back here and see who else we gotta beat up. Luckily, no extra moss between us and the boss, I think. Oh, there's a thing right there. Alright, so we need to defeat the boss and his men. Now, that could be everybody in this room for all I know. But it might not be. So we're definitely going to take out this guy. Ouch. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Getting butt kicked, getting butt kicked. Heal up. Alright, got rid of him, got rid of him. A little juking there. Making sure keeping them in the storm cell really helps. That was a little touch and go for just a hot minute there. Wait for it. Boom. Shakalaka. Blow this guy back here. There we go. And that's our mission right there. That was it. Just kill the guys in the back. You know, that wasn't a kill-all, but it felt like a kill-all. Alright, so our next mission, we just go right to the next mission. Not a lot of storyline here. I've kind of mentioned this before, but the heroes, a lot of their story arcs aren't very filled with a lot of great story. They're just kind of like mission arcs. They should just, I don't know, mission arcs? Just call them mission arcs. We got 3 Serpentine stashes. We got to defeat second base leader and his men. Now my notes say that the last one seems to be kind of a hunt all, but I'm not really super sure that's the case, but we'll see when we get there. Alright, so we have a whole bunch of dudes here. Another pretty shortish looking cave system. Like, these are the caves we kind of like, right? Definitely don't want to be outside of the storm cell. Like, have them all be outside the storm cell, because then they're missing out on all this great fun. So we'll go ahead and do that right there. And we have more of these guys right over here. And we'll try to get that lieutenant on the outside there. It's usually the best way to go. Aren't you cute wanting to get in my face? Have a little lightning punch. Remember those commercials from like the 80s? Have a Hawaiian punch. Sure. Right in the face. So I'm considering doing a second channel for other games that I play and stream, and you know, maybe nobody will watch it, but maybe just to chronicle some of the games that I'm playing nowadays. Just to have that there, and as people watch, that's great. If not, that's great. Okay, well, there might be something down there. Let's get this guy first. Got a nice little serpentine badge up here. We got a whole group of these guys just kind of, ooh, right there all together. I'm going to go ahead and let this accelerate metabolism come back, because that's going to give me a little bit more attack here before I start this fight. I'm going to go ahead and use a little extra pick-me-up there. I'm going to go ahead and throw that down. And then hit him with the big strike. I mean, it effectively wiped all three of those out with just a couple of moves. That was pretty good. And that's the serpentine there. Now we're just stuck to the end. This one's really, really short. See, they set you up gently. They let you get your guard down with these short, easy, nice, comfortable cave missions. You're like, oh, this isn't so bad. Why are people worried about this? This is actually pretty easy. I was surprised that ended up being a sniper shot, because I did a radiation infection first. Alright, that one was super easy. Oh my gosh. That was less than 5 minutes. Alright, so now I have to return back to contact. No problem. He's just right over here. And this might be, you know, on paper, this looks like the... Alright, are you familiar with the creatures known as the minions of Ignis? They are most insidious. They disguise themselves as simple rocks, but when approached, they become fearsome monsters. I would like for you to go out to Grindel's Gulch and defeat these creatures. The area is deadly enough without them. Your Paragon City police are fighting a war on two fronts in the Hollows. The Ignis creatures can only exacerbate that problem. Alright, so now I just need to defeat 10 of these minions of Igneous, whatever, that are just kind of sitting around here anyways. I'm getting quite a few of these little guys. Let's see if we can... And they might be electric resistant. You know, they're kind of grounded, so who knows. Alright, well, that's one way to get 5 of them relatively quickly. Okay. 4 more left. I like how it barely pushes them back. Yeah, that could definitely use a little enhancement there. Let me use one of these endurance things. I'm sitting on a whole bunch of them. There we go. Kind of ran out of endurance partway through that. Okay, we get to return to contact anyway, so let's do that first. The Ignis are deadly creatures. Never forget that. You've made great strides today, but it'll be some time before the threat is truly contained. I have spent the morning at divination, Fallen Queen, and I have uncovered a most valuable secret. I know where the Troll's leader, Atta, makes his home. It is a cavern deep within the Hollows. where many of Atta's bravest trolls dwell. If you can defeat Atta, the trolls will have a hard time recovering. Atta is one of the few trolls with any reason remaining. For that reason, he is far more deadly than his brother. I must recommend putting a strong team together before facing him. In my mind, I have seen Atta's den, Fallout Queen, and I must warn you, it is a death trap. Be ready for anything. Now, I thought this was 4 doors. I got 4 doors on my messages here, but that would be only 3, maybe. So we'll see. If I'm already facing Atta, that would be 3. So there might still be another mission after this. Otherwise, I need to update the spreadsheet. The hunt doesn't count as a door. That's a hunt. Right? And I do have the 1 hunt down. You sniff the air, serpentine, troll sweet, bird's nest you can't quite identify. So if we scan this maze, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this big, huge maze. Now you got to defeat Atta and his guards, and this is easily like 4 missions in one's the way it's kind of set up here. Now what is also kind of interesting is these things are 2 levels below me. I've got this set to default difficulty, so it's kind of interesting that these guys are kind of on the wimpy side. At least they'll start out that way. I've kind of pointed out before, I'm not a big fan of the fact that a lot of missions start out with a bunch of +1s and 2s at the front sometimes. And then as you get towards the back, they have like +0s. This might be looking to do the opposite. Who knows? I do like seeing that little chain lightning go to his friend over there. That was pretty cute. Him knocking me over, not so much. Well, you came into the storm cell, buddy. You probably shouldn't have done that. Alright, let me get back some of my... Oh, is there still something attacking me? Or is that just a delayed effect from somebody who just died? Sometimes that happens. So, we have to defeat Atta and his guards. And finding him in this monstrosity of a thing is one problem. Another problem is that I don't know if I can just rush through this or not without stealth, but we'll try. But another problem is just the fact that there are oh, well, there was an Atta's guard right there, so I'm already getting myself into some big trouble here. Go ahead and put this down real quick. Well, we're going to find out just how good this chain lightning is. How good Storm Cell is. And how good everything is on this Corruptor, because we're surrounded by a whole bunch of these guys. I actually didn't do too bad. Did better than I thought. Oh, aren't you just cute? Now, so that one says right there, Atta and his guards, and that's literally called Atta's guard. So it makes me think he's one you're supposed to kill. Whoa, he hurts. Oh, just die already. Okay. So there's all these different branches, and I don't know if it really is just defeating just him and the people who are around him, or anybody with the word Atta guard above his head. I'm not super sure on any of that. But what I usually do in missions like this is I'll just go to the furthest point away and then work my way up from there. Now, usually that would look like kind of the very southmost dungeon or room. This room, like right here where my hand is at. We've actually found them last time. I think it was in one of these 2 rooms here, or maybe even this room. So I'm going to try those. And you have to keep like mental track which rooms you've been in before. And the place, as you can see, is just filled with bad guys, right? Like every 2 steps you take, you're stopping, and if you're not stealthing really well past these guys, then you're stopping and killing every single thing on the way. Now, it is really good for XP. So there is that. Just looking to beat up a bunch of trolls, then, you know, you're in the right place. And unlike carnival people and stuff, they won't just regenerate, they won't come back, they won't freak shows, it won't pop back up out of the ground. Or carnivals, the ones with all the weird holograms and illusions and stuff. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. So, get comfortable when you do this mission, like buckle up and all kinds of other stuff, because you're going to be beating up a bunch of trolls. Alright, let's go ahead and get these guys here. And now they're melted. I was kind of hoping we could do this the faster, easier way, but you just don't want to go down, do you? No, you don't. Uh-oh. Wow, I keep missing. That is not healthy. Whew, that was close. So, I got a little bit lazy there. Didn't use any of my normal corruptor powers, my secondary powers, because I figured, oh, it's just one lieutenant, I'll just blast him down, but I kept missing and missing and missing and missing and missing. And as I said, that is not healthy to keep missing like that. I don't know if I want to go up or down first. There are so many trolls in these caves. They were like, how can we pack this cave just as full as many trolls as possible? So I'm thinking, I've been talking with a friend of mine about maybe doing like a different channel or something where I do some of the other RPGs I'm playing in variety streaming and whatever. I've also been thinking about, whoa, hello, there's a guy right there. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do an infection. Yeah, if you do the radiation and you follow up directly with a sniper shot, you can still get sniper damage. That lieutenant went much smoother than the last one I did. But part of me is like, well, I could do Guild Wars 2. I've been playing a lot of Guild Wars 2. Part of me is I could do Star Trek Online because I'm a big Trekkie fan. I've never actually done that, and I hear there's a lot of good stories in that. Now, the combat is not great. It's not nearly as good as City of Heroes, I think, particularly the ground combat, which is most unfortunate. But it does tell a lot of good Star Trek stories, and I love my Star Trek stories. Being able to play in that universe, even if it's in a mediocre game setting, might be kind of fun. And sharing that with everybody, reading the stories out loud and sharing them on the internet could be fun. Could be. Are you still alive? Oh, not after that lightning bolt hit you on the head. Like, each one of these branches probably have more fights in them than the last 2 caves that I did before. But if you guys have any thoughts, you can definitely share them in the comments below. You can also join our Discord server if you haven't already. Links in the description, and share your thoughts on there if that's easier for you than the comment section here on YouTube. I listen and read every comment. I'm going to go ahead and take a knee on that one real quick. Let me see. Radiant just heals everybody in a radius. Okay, didn't know if it had to hit or not. Yeah, it's like every 5 feet is another enemy in this cave. It is brutal. Oh my gosh, we just completely missed that one too. Yeah, but the Corruptor holds up pretty well. Usually, if I die, it tends to be my fault. So, coming back over to here, I don't actually see any Atta or guards here, right? I do see a chest. I don't think we need to get the chest, but I'm going to try to get the chest anyways. Preferably without provoking any unnecessary fights. We already fight enough in this mission without doing any unnecessary ones. Okay, they haven't seen me yet. So we're going to try to get out of here. Because we're looking for Atta or Atta's guard. Atta's guards around here. But yeah, you can just see just how massively huge this whole place is. Like, it is just incredibly massive. Alright, let's go ahead and shoot this guy here. Now I have to work our way through these hallways. I mean, if you like, yeah, if you were like, man, some of these missions are too fast and small, this one's got your back. Are they just hanging out in this vending machine that just somehow got drug into this cave? I don't know if I trust any of the nacho chips in there. Probably wouldn't be the best idea ever. Let's see. I got a couple of that. I got a couple of that. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good on these things here. I'll try to blast this one down again because that worked really good last time. Okay, got him in 2 hits. I was about to use the... oh, I did actually put down the infection power, but it was after he died. Naughty, naughty. That gust doesn't blow them back very far. I wonder if I can enhance that with not... Oh, hello. So we went from very low-level green guys at the beginning, and now there's a red right there. And that does say Atta's guard. And he's in the middle of an intersection that I need to get through. So all those reasons and then some are reasons to definitely cause him some issues. So we'll go ahead and put that storm cell down right there. We're going to intensify. And then try to hit him with a big ol'... I hit him with a big old doodad. Try to keep the health nice and full. It's always nice to do when you're squishy. You like to have a full health bar when possible. Yeah, I'm a little iffy. Oh, I just realized I was out of endurance. I'm a little iffy on that whole chain lightning thing. I know I don't have it really socketed up yet, but Still seems to be a bit on the weak side despite that. So we'll have to play that one by ear. We will. Alrighty. Let's see what else we can do. Whoa, gosh. I mean, you can't even take 5 steps. It's just one fight after another, after another, after another. Holy cow. They're going to make you earn those 30 reward merits. Back, beast, back. Now, I'm kind of curious if anybody likes this kind of quest structure where it's very, very dense and a lot of dense, and big air, high density, lots of mobs, and large size, which equals a much bigger, you know, like it's like most of the missions in City of Heroes you can get through in 5-10 minutes tops, assuming there's not like a glowy that's hiding from you somewhere. All right, now that says Ada. See now, oh, and that's an elite boss. Okay, so this might be our Ada that we're looking for. I mentioned before that was in one of these 2 areas last time, so we're going to... this might be the final boss that we need to do, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Well, with that being said, Ada's probably going to hit like a truck. So we're going to want to think through this just a titch. We'll go ahead and use up these guys. I don't know what else we would be saving them for if not for Ada. Kind of hit him with the thing right away. Did I ever get my attack power off? No? That's a shame. Now, you can see here, oh, that was it. That was just, boy, just the Ada and his guards right around him. I sincerely doubt that, I really beat everybody that's called Ada's guard. So before I go out of here, I just want to see if there's anyone else in this dungeon called Ada's guards. Now, hopefully I don't get my butt kicked. I might get a free trip to the hospital out of this, but I just want to see if there's anybody else called Ada's guard. So I will just search around. All I'm looking for is to see if there's one other dude in this dungeon, I don't care who it is, called Ada's guard. And I will just keep looking and hopefully not die in the process. There's a Goron. Goron. So no Ada's guards here. Because I'm kind of curious if you really have to beat everyone named Ada's guards, or it literally means, no, you're just kind of, you're just kind of, yeah. No, I don't see anybody here named Ada's guard. There's another glowy. I put my little heal on auto cast for a minute, so that takes care of some of the punishment that I'm absorbing as I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Uh-oh, might not be getting enough of the... don't stand in front of him. There's a Goron. I don't see another Ada's guard, so... Basically, the mission might have a couple. I'll check one more time. I haven't checked the top rooms, but it may just be that the mission really does. You have to kill like basically 1 or 2 Ada guards, and then Ada themselves. No Ada guards in that one that I can see. Yeah, no Ada guards here either. So I think you do have to kill the Ada himself, which is an elite boss, and then the Ada guards, which I think were bosses. So that's kind of a unique mechanic in that one. Ada's loss is one that the trolls will feel for a very long time, my friend. But if Sam Wincott really is in the Circle's hands, then we had better move quickly. I don't know what the Circle wants with that young man, but I know they have one goal here in the Hollows, finding the Cavern of Transcendence. Perhaps they plan to use Sam Wincott in a dread ritual to uncover its location. The Heart of the Hollows. We need to move quickly on the information you got from the Troll's leader, Atta. If Sam Wincott is really in the Circle's clutches, then we've got to retrieve him at once. The Circle has been seeking the Cavern of Transcendence for years. It could be that in Sam Wincott they found the key. Retrieve him. More than one person has died in the search for the gateway at the heart of the cavern. I hate to see Sam Wincott join their ranks. Alright, so this last one is a defeat all. So, okay, so that's why I have a defeat all in my notes. This last one here is the defeat all, which isn't nearly as big as Ada and his mud ugly cave. That really big cave. Now, according to my notes, destroy portal is a glowy to click. So if it tells me destroy portal, I'm supposed to click on a glowy or something. I don't know. Sometimes my notes don't make the most sense in the world. Now, unfortunately, we're going to go to those nice, beautiful caves we were in before, the nice wide open caves too. Yeah. Circle of Thorn caves. And a destroy all in these caves. Oh, man, they are going to make you earn those 30 reward merits, aren't they? I'm like, do we really have to destroy them all? Ooh. Now I can destroy them faster for 60 seconds. Thanks to a nice new level up. Well, let's turn off all that. Hello guys, what you doing over here? And a defeat all with ghosts, that's brutal. Because, you know, those guys love to run away and hide in walls and stuff. Now, I'm kind of curious about these large rooms first. So I'm kind of making a beeline to those. Yeah, this is going to be a... This is going to be a job. A job for Fallout Queen. Yeah, you gotta love how they're willing to come and get scourged to death. Scourge, scourge, scourge. Oof. Just so painful for these guys. This is how you level up pretty well in this mission. Okay, sorry about that. Phone's always beeping about something. Alright. Yeah, making sure you kill all these guys in this type of mission can be super difficult. Hello, bad guys. More bad guys on the bridge. Hopefully that storm is where it needs to be at. Alright, those guys are down. Not too shabby. At least this isn't like the really super big cave. There's a spectral follower down there. I went ahead and radiation that guy just to be on the safe side. Hello, little hordeling. Little spectral follower just hanging out here by himself. Hoping no one's going to notice him. Yeah, we're definitely going to get Scourge when his health is that low there. Okay. I think I just need to worry about these guys over here now. And he's down. It makes you wonder what these guys are just kind of doing here in the temple all day, waiting for a hero to come kick their butts. Come on, buddy. There you go. Be a good boy and just die. Oh, see, there's an archer down there that kind of fell down during one of the fights and never got addressed. That's the kind of stuff that really kills you on a kill-all. Now, I'm sure I'll be returning back to these places looking for the last few of the kill-alls, but as I said, I'm going to focus on the large rooms for the moment. And then I'll work my way through all the hallways and stuff. A little radiation goes a long way to help keeping you protected from bad guys. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, somehow my storm cell on that got swapped out. Get some of my health back there. A little radiation heal. Did I kill them all? I guess I don't see them rushing over here. And then we have some more of these guys over here. It's one of these types of rooms. These types. When you play the game long enough, you start recognizing the rooms where you're like, oh, it's one of those types of rooms. Yeah, this is almost as bad as the 5-layer clay, because there are definitely layers to this particular map. Maybe it's a 2-layer cake? Not really sure. We'll go ahead and take these guys down. Yeah, but I'm probably not the biggest fan of the newer Star Treks. I think they've kind of gotten off base as to what makes Star Trek Star Trek. And some of the writing's been shoddy, though, to be fair. Like, some of the writing in any of the Star Treks can be shoddy from time to time, that's for sure. But the video game blends the old characters, the new characters from the new series, and tells its own set of stories in its own alternate universe, which I think is a great way to kind of do that sort of thing. That way you're not too tethered to what's canon and whatnot. So I think that's probably a smart idea. We got a boss up there, a Magmite Lord. And he is a boss. Definitely go ahead and take a knee here. Just make sure I'm fully charged for the fight. And then it's really hard to see where to put down the storm thingy, so I'm going to fly a little bit, even though it's going to drain some endurance. And then we're going to hit him with the... Oh, you serious? They put me to sleep while I was sniping? Oh, come on. Oh, gosh. Oh, goodness. Oh, and I tried to hit the inspiration, and instead I hit the... Oh, and of course, this is one of those that don't actually send you to the hospital, put you inside of one of these darn things where these doors to get out are way, 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 way too tanky. They are just super, super tanky. Yeah, but that was on me. I just I got mezzed. I didn't think I would get mezzed, and then I couldn't find the heal button fast enough. I fudgy fingered the inspiration there. I can hear someone going, well, that wouldn't have happened if you used the keyboard. Can always see that in the comments already. You got to use the keyboard. That was a big hot topic on some of my videos. Somebody's writing and going, boy, I don't understand how you use the buttons. I always use the keyboard. Yeah, well, we all play the game different ways, but I don't usually fudgy finger inspirations when I need them. Gosh, like I said, this thing is way too tanky. It takes way too many hits to kill one of these doors down. And imagine you're doing this on a tanker. Oh my gosh, you'll be here all day. Or a defender. Oh, and you can't rest for whatever reason. You can't rest inside the cell. So if you're going to run out of endurance because you're attacking over and over again, we'll tough beanie weenies. Now, one of the main mechanics I really, really, really did not appreciate in live, and one of the reasons I quit playing it was XP debt. When you die, you would get quite the bit of XP debt, and it was quite frustrating. I think if you're trying to level up your character and then you're told, well, now you're only going to get XP at half speed for a very long time until you pay off your XP debt. And I'm like, I already deal enough with debt in real life. I don't want to deal with it in a video game. I don't care if it's XP or finances or whatnot. There was, all right, here's that stupid Magmite Lord. You know, I got a couple of purples. I'm going to be proactive and use them this time. So that should make him a lot less likely to hit me. Yeah, good luck hitting me now after I ate 2 purples and I put a frickin' radiation debuff on you. Let me know how that works out for you. Oh, no wonder this was so tough. This was 2 bosses next to each other. Because one boss wasn't enough to stop the Corruptor. You needed 2 bosses next to each other. Wow, that's brutal. Imagine if that was set for ×2. Gosh, gee whiz willikers. That is why I don't like to bump up the difficulty too often in these games, because there is definitely some jank in the encounter design. Okay. So I think those were critical to get rid of. But of course those aren't everybody. We do need to kill all, and there's still plenty in the hallways, I'm sure. Let me turn off the super fast running. And we'll continue to kill more of the mobs that are in the hallway as I move up to that thing up there. Back with you! I am surprised that didn't Scourge. There we go. What was that game? Animal Crossing, right? Animal Crossing triggered me because you start off in one of the Animal Crossing games I played where you start off in debt. They're like, here's a house, and now you've got to you know, earn it back. You got a mortgage. You got a mortgage you didn't ask for. I'm like, what? I don't want a mortgage. Rude game. Give me a mortgage I didn't ask for. Oh. Oh, this is a little inconvenient now, isn't it? Oh gosh, I'm already dead. Oh, come on. Jeez, I can't win. And this is, by the way, one of the reasons I often point out that, you know, Corruptors and Defenders, you know, they do have these really strong, some of them have these strong debuffs to really, really whatchamacallit, to lower an enemy's accuracy. So it's like having higher defense or lower the damage. So it's like having resistance, but it's not really the same thing as having those damages and resistances. Because if you get, you know, cornered like that or whatever have you, then sadly it's, you know, you're still going to get knocked out because you didn't get enough time to debuff them. And that's what happened there, right? If I don't get to debuff them, then that's going to happen. Now, stealth will help out quite a bit with that. Because if I turn around the corner, I'm stealth, it usually takes a little bit of time to find me. So I definitely do want to get stealth on this character, whether I spec into it or I you know, or I grab like one of those proc dealy stealthy things, what I call Walmart stealth. Now, going back to the discussion about debt. Now I'm in lots of XP debt, right? Which, I kind of think is a bit stupid, honestly. I just don't like debt. I just don't like debt at all. I just think it's a stupid mechanic. Now, I understand you're trying to make death feel kind of serious, I guess, in a way. That's a little tough in an MMO because you can't really say, okay, game over. You can't really say, well, load up a save game from this last save point that's way back over here. You can't really do any of that stuff. So, you instead, and by the way, you'll notice that even though they're coming right at me here, I'm going to take a lot less damage, primarily because I was able to get the corruption debuff up here on time. So you're going to see that there was a much different outcome there. Oh, wow. Look at the map. They are lighting up all of these enemies that I've missed on this kill all. Now, I will be honest, I have played this game quite a bit, and we have often talked... Oh, wait a minute. That... Well, slap me on the head and call me confused. So normally, and I want to put a big asterisk on this, in Homecoming, if you're doing a kill all and you get down to a few enemies, then they will light the last few up on the map sometimes. Other times they just don't do it. And in this case, we saw the map light up with all kinds of enemies all at once, right? Okay. Maybe they changed it to where they heard people complain. They're like, okay, we're going to change it to where we really light up on these kill alls. But then I just killed this guy and they all disappeared and I'm done. That's really weird. I don't know what's going on there. Alright, so call up the contact here. Did I get any... I don't think I got the bonus yet for that. Alright, so the circle used Sam Wincock's inherent magic abilities to uncover the location of the Cavern of Transcendence. This is bad, Fallout Queen. This is awful! As we speak, the circle is probably moving in on the cavern, and Sam Wincock remains in the hands of the Ignis. I have a plan. I believe I can use magic to force one of the circle mages to give up the location of the cavern. He will not be willing, you understand, but he will help you get the job done. It was difficult, but I managed to subvert the will of one of the circle mystics. He'll remain under my control long enough for you to guide you to the Cavern of Transcendence. Please go to him now, Fallout Queen. He cannot harm you, though I expect he would wish he could. Do not be afraid. He's underneath my control for now. Now, I don't think this is another, there's another real mission coming out of this, because I only have 4 missions listed, and that was the 4th one we just did, at least 4 doors and 1 hunt. So it might give me my reward merits as soon as I talk to this guy here, and that would normally, in normal circumstances, lead to something else, but I don't know what. And there it is, reward merits. Foolish mortal, I will guide you to the cavern because I have no choice, but I will never forget the slight. Be warned, you will never be free of the circle. So 30 reward merits, 2 defeats on that one. Poor Fallout lady. But 30 reward merits. We found out her real weakness is actually, having 2 bosses at once and not being prepared. And really, usually when I die on this character, it's going to be, something that happened really quick. I didn't see it coming type of deal. Invisibility can help definitely cut cut down on those issues quite a bit and whatnot. Let me go back to, I guess I could just fly back to Atlas here. But yeah, I'm not, now I've gotten rid of the XP debt just because I got mission bonus and all that jazz. But yeah, I really didn't like the XP debt back in the regular game. And so with that, it was one of the reasons I quit. Now here, the XP debt penalties seem to be a lot less severe. They seem to be a lot smaller, number one. And number two, it's easier to earn XP. So it pretty much wipes away fairly quickly. So it's more of a nuisance than a real inconvenience. Let's fly over to here and level up to 18. Or is it 19? Wait a minute, I'm still in the thing. I still gotta talk to him. Alright, there's a little bonus XP. Excellent, as I've expected, Karis is fully under my control. You will have to gather a full team if you expect to enter the Cavern of Transcendence, but at least now you have a guide. Lieutenant Wincott pulled a few strings around the police department and got you this medal. I'd wear it proudly, Fallen Queen. The PCPD really are Paragon's finest. Being honored by them is a great thing. Oh, so I only got 20 reward merits, not 30? That is most unfortunate. I thought it was 30 in my notes. And let's see if we take a look at the salvage here. Oh wait, but I got 125. So I did get 30, and then I got 20. What the literal heck? Yeah, there's 30 and there's 20. What the heck? Whoa, 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 whoa. What the heck is that? Excavator badge. Was it from the badge? I've never heard of a badge giving reward merits. Let me look it up as you hear me typing in here. It does. The Excavator badge. You obtain this accolade by completing every story arc within the Hollows. So if you do David Wincock's officer, the four part I just did. If you do the 4-part the Trolls, then you get an extra 20 reward merits. Very, very nice. Very nice. I did not know that. I learned something new today. That is some really, really good merits for a low-level character. I'm gonna have to make a video on that. Okay, so let's go ahead and train up to a new level of power. Yeah, we're gonna take this in Chain Lightning so we can actually get this leveled out. 45. It's really not a lot of damage, though I don't know if this is my enhanced damage amount or my base. I'm thinking that's my enhanced damage amount. So 45. Yeah, that could be pretty good actually. And let me just check a look at the Chain Lightning's accuracy real quick. Accuracy is 1.15, so it's got a little extra accuracy built in, which encourages me to consider skimping on the accuracy on it. Let's see. Which didn't change outwards additional enemies. Creatures unfortunate enough to be struck will be dealt energy damage. Okay. So we'll double its damage effectiveness, because right now we're showing 44, which is okay. So at its base level, it's just doing gust damage, because gust base is 45. This base is 44, so it's similar to gust, which is pretty minor. Not going to lie, but you know what? I can't complain because you're getting the procs from Storm Cell and other things. So, you know, you can't get too greedy, Phil. You can't get too greedy. They'll have to nerf it if you get too greedy, Phil. All right. So 1, 2, and 3. And that will bring it up from 44 to 87. So it should do some decent damage now. You could instead, put some endurance modification on it, but nah, I don't think I'm ever gonna make this into an endurance draining monster. Now, I mentioned the fact that I've been saving up to 100 to make a bunch of money. So for those of you still interested, if you want to tune out now, you can. The story arc is done, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do here for those of you still watching. We're going to go to here and we're going to buy some salvage to make some extra money. I need like 1 million or so. Influence only got 330,000. Let's just take a look at converters lately and make sure they're still selling well. 60,000 sounds good to me. So we're going to buy some converter salvage. Okay, converter times 30 should be good. Okay. We'll go to salvage here. We'll put a bunch of these on here. We'll sell them really quick, so we'll sell them for 1. And those should sell pretty fast for 60,000 each. Good. I'll put a few more since they're selling so good. We'll see if they keep going for 60,000 each or they drop. Nope, still going for 60,000 each. Okay, we're at 1.4 million here. You know what? These are going for such a good price at 60,000 a pop. I'm going to go ahead and just dump another batch here. Now, at some point, that price will drop, but 60,000 is good. Okay, I earned the saleswoman badge, not the salesman badge, just saleswoman badge. All right, so I still have 115 reward merits in here, right? Now I could keep selling these enhancement converters, and at the rate I'm selling at 60,000 each, that's 18 million for 100. But the problem is that they'll eventually drop in price, right? The bids, the highest bids that are in the system, I'll use up all the 60,000, I'll go down 55,000 and whatever have you. A better use of 100, if you have like a chunky 100 of them, is to buy. I have not looked at these before, but is to buy. Oh, those are just SOs. Don't do that. But to buy one of these big wintry ones, and just take a look at what those prices are going for here. So if we take a look at Avalanche, for example. Now, we don't have the Superior. We're just talking the regular one. We have the chance for knockback. That's going for 18 to 20 million. We can take a look at some of the other ones, 18 to 20. 18, 19. There's a little 20 on there. Here's one for 22. So if we go to melee damage, and we go for... That is Blistering Cold. And we take a look at some of those. We got 19 million, we've got 18, 20 million, and all that other fun jazz. The chance for whole is 18, 20 million. So pretty good, pretty good. Does anyone ever buy these universal overwhelming force? Let's see how well overwhelming force. Wow, there's a lot of different ones here. Okay, don't get those. Don't get the universal ones. Don't do that. Let's do Winter's Bite. That's why you always want to check your prices before you buy it. Well, how many merit rewards is this? It's still 100. Yeah, don't do that. All right, Winter's Bite, 20 million for recharge and whatever have you. So wow, 23, 25 million, 20 million. So. So what you want to do is you want to get get one of these Winter's Recharge whatevers. Doesn't matter, I guess, which one. They all go for about the same price. But do your research and then just pop it on there. That did cost me 100 reward merits. But like you can see on here, this will probably go for like, 20 million. I'll put it in a little bit less because I'm lazy. And it won't sell right away. You'll need to log out, give that a while. So hopefully next time we log back into, Fallout Queen, will have a nice little present waiting for us and bump up her money. And with that money, I can buy a stealth proc and a few other things. So that's what we'll do on the next session. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, may God bless you.